days.
I just love the products. They just help me to feel younger and younger year after year.
Thank God for X39.
My skin become younger, softer, firmer.
It's been really, really, really amazing.
I love X39 because it really helped reduce the inflammation in my knee. I can now run again. Woohoo!
Wow. Good evening, everyone. We're talking about run again. Wow, this has been one fast and furious couple of weeks, you know, with our Friday, what is it called? I got to look at my detailed notes. Black Friday, there you go. And then Cyber Monday, and heck, we still have the gift of radiance still going on. So these last couple of weeks, my prediction is this is certainly going to push the company over that $600 million a year mark. This is the high water mark for our company, and we've only just begun. So congratulations to everyone for all the hard work and all the new members and teams and all the new rank achievements. We've got major rank achievements. Every team has new achievers. We got a few of our key leaders, a couple of our senior presidential directors on the line with us here tonight that are going to introduce a couple of their new achievers. And so I'm just going to zip the lip. I'm going to stop the share, and I'm going to invite you, Connie, to turn your camera on.
All right.
All right.
Thank you. Thank you. This is exactly what every leader yearns for. It's the favorite part of the business. I mean, when your teammates are running for ranks, it really is more exciting, I think, than even when you're running for a rank. So I had the great pleasure. I'm going to have Ann Moreau join me on here. Ann, if you want to come on in. And oh my gosh, nothing better than being able to see one of your friends, one of your top leaders be able to achieve a rank and achieve it in such an organic way. You know, you really are such a strong leader, such an amazing builder of community. We've watched it from the beginning of your organization, and you work tirelessly for your team. I know that every single person on your team will say there's not a time when you don't pick up the phone, when you don't answer a text, when you aren't there to support them. And on top of that, your community building that you've been able to do in your local area of Maine is you've really set an incredible example for your team. You know, 2 times a month, your team gathers in community, and together you guys have events to educate, support, and introduce new people, as well as keep everybody on the team engaged and connected. So I think it'd be really great if you could come on and share some of those major tips for the other leaders on here of what you've been able to do that has helped you really truly organically grow a beautiful SPD senior presidential director business.
Well, you know, I was thinking of how I got here today and what led me here. And certainly, Connie, you played a huge role in that because you are my mentor and you are the person that I've watched go to SPD. And I knew if I did what you did, that I'd get there. Right. And so I followed those steps and I have listened to you and I've whenever you've suggested something, I do it. I do it. And so, you know, I think that's one of the important things that all of us need to remember is being coachable is an extremely busy, important piece of moving forward. And, you know, if you want to grow and you watch another SPD get there, then it makes sense to ask them and to get the directions from them about what to do. But I looked back and I was thinking of, you know, a lot of times I will sit and ask people who come in and who are struggling to move forward to look at the beliefs. What beliefs do they have? And we talk about those 4 beliefs, one in the product. Everybody has high, when it comes to LifeWave, it's always very high in the product. When it comes to the company, it's usually very high. When it comes to network marketing, it tends to drop a little bit. But when it comes to them believing in themselves, that's usually where we get the low score, right? And I'm no different. I'm no different. I started there. I look back when I started my journey. I worked alcohol and drug, and I went to Al-Anon 4 years. And I learned to take care of me because that was something I had never learned to do. It was selfish to take care of yourself. And it's common with women to feel that way. So moving out of that and getting, I got myself a coach. Kelly Silty worked with me for years, and she is John Maxwell's. He's her mentor, and I worked for her with her for a very long time, and she helped me with a lot of those things, moving out of that, taking risks, not being afraid to take risks, and beginning to really, just be comfortable in your own skin. And Eddie Witry, he's another gentleman that I worked with for a lot of years. He used to say this to me all the time: come from your truth. Always come from your truth. People know, and they trust you, and they know when you're not being truthful and if you're being pushy. Never come from there. And he also taught me some amazing skills when it came to presenting. He's an amazing presenter, and he spent a lot of time teaching me those skills. And then I moved into LifeWave, and then we have Gregory Mascari and Robin Mascari, who are, some very amazing servant leaders. These are leaders to follow. I mean, they are amazing. I've learned so much from the two of them. And then, of course, you, Connie, being a really good friend from another business, having worked together. We didn't really work together in the other business, but when we came here and you said, I want you to work with me, I mean, if I just wanted to jump on board with you because I knew that you and I were aligned in every way, and that has been, amazing working with you. And so again, my success tip is be coachable, look at yourself and work on yourself, because that's what's going to move you to becoming SPD. When you feel comfortable in yourself and you can take risks and you can do all those things, because you become fearless, right? You're not scared, Connie. You get up on stage all the time, right?
Oh, I still shake.
But you know what you're talking about. I always tell people, sometimes they get up on stage and they're really nervous, and I say, who knows the story better than you? Right? Nobody knows your story better than yourself. And that's an important component of when you get up there. So so again, do those kinds of things. And we talk a lot about this, and you and I talked about it today. Know your why, because if you don't have a really good, strong why, you'll never move forward in this business. So dig in and find out what that why is, and and you'll get there, and stick to close to your mentor. And I also want to say one more thing: the community is so important. And I couldn't have gotten to SPD without them. They're the ones who are there. They're the ones connecting with people, bringing people in, and sharing, bringing them to our patch parties, bringing them to events. They're doing a lot of that work that moves me up. So it is, community effort. And I can't even tell you how grateful I am. I'm heartfully grateful to everyone here that has helped support me, to you, Connie, to Gregory, and to all of my mentors from the past.
What you said is so important, and I really hope people take it away, because so many times people look at a leader like you and they think, well, she just naturally is gifted. Well, she can just do it because of this. Well, she just knows what to say. She just, they just think it comes natural, and they don't understand what you just said, which is I put in the work. I put in the work. I hired the coaches. I did the things I needed to do to develop myself, right? So that I could lead others and that I could lead the kind of life I want to lead. So I think that was priceless. I hope that everybody that's listening kind of hears that. Go back, take a look at yourself, figure out your why, figure out what personal work do you need to do, and dig into it. Find your mentors, find your coaches, and anybody, absolutely anybody can do this. And one other thing, people look at Ann and I and they think, oh, they work so hard. we don't consider it hard work. We have fun. Anne and I literally talk, we could be talking every day. It doesn't matter. We have fun. We're laughing. We're having a good time. So make sure that whatever you're doing, like Anne, you're bringing joy to your work, because that joy is what is attracting people to you. And that joy is why her team follows her the way that that they do follow her. So thank you, Anne. This was so fun. And now I can't wait to go make more senior presidential directors under you.
Thank you, Connie, so much
Thank
for who
you.
you are and all you do.
Thank you. And I would like to bring in someone else that I'm going to help you have recognized tonight. And I'd like you all to welcome into our community because she's so new. Sheri, if you could come on. There she is. So Sheri Duggan is new. Sheri literally signed up. It is 3 weeks ago today. And what I want to tell you is a couple of things. So first of all, in all fairness, Sheri is a second cousin of mine, but we've known each other her whole life. She's much younger than me. We've known each other the whole life, but really we've never talked about business. We've never talked about other things, and we hadn't seen each other in quite a few years, maybe at Easter 2 years ago or something, and passing. But she was watching, we were Facebook friends, and she was seeing some of the different things that I was doing. And Sheri reached out and made a really sweet comment, and we connected a little bit. And I told her, would she be interested in what I was doing? And she said, absolutely. And I sent a video, the new video from the app, and she reached right back and she said, can we meet for lunch today? So when you're sending these things out, when you're doing things, you don't understand or see who's watching you. And the fact remained, Sheri is very, very qualified herself, has an amazing business. She has a PhD in education. She was in the education system up all the way through even as a principal, and then moved into her own company where she advises superintendents of districts and in leadership training, mentoring, education. So she brings a really nice skill set to this business. But all the while she was doing this, she said, I'm into health and wellness. I love to help people. There's something more that I want to do. So when this came to her, someone like Sheri, you might look at her and say, oh, she's so successful. She wouldn't possibly want to do LifeWave. But you don't know what somebody's passion is. You don't know what it is they're looking to do and create. And when Sheri and I sat down, she was full in. And not only that, she knew who she wanted to bring with her. She was like, I know the friends that I want on this journey with me. And we've had a blast. It's only been 3 weeks. She's all in. She's already become director. So Sheri, can you share with everyone kind of what you did and what systems you used in order to get to director in just 3 weeks?
Yeah, sure. I'd love to. Which is actually what happened right after I met Connie for lunch. That's why I said, hey, let's meet quick because I'm leaving to go out of town. But it's the inside of this company. It's the support, it's the people, it's the trust, it's the systems that Connie has put into place with all of her team to, of course, a phenomenal product, but the people that I just absolutely love already. I was also jumped into that California training that happened this last weekend. So bring your people because that helps. I was able to level up 2 of my brand partners to managers. I brought on a new brand partner during that also. But, I have no background or experience in this. And I think what I really did, it's that I had so much passion for the product, as Connie mentioned. And so then the first person I left, I went to work, the first person that I talked to as a friend, I just simply started sharing and saying, I'm so inspired right now. It's like, just tell my story of being inspired right now. And then the first person that I talked to really about it as a friend said, hey, I want that right now. And so she probably is on this call right now too, watching. But, and that's just what happened. I said, I need to stay in integrity with myself because that's huge for me. And so it just truly is simply like putting it out there, sharing. It's interesting though, because as people are, even my team members, they're saying, how do I get people to be a brand partner? Like they just want to buy it. And so as a new person, that's where we're having those conversations and talking about, well, how I'm presenting it, it's like, hey, I want to get you signed up and get you into, to be able to get this at wholesale. And the part of the reason I want you to be a brand partner is because if you love it, then you are going to want to share it. I explain, the first person I talked to was like, hey, give that to me. And of course I had her in mind, like she'd be phenomenal at it, but that really wasn't the purpose of the first parts of the conversation. It changed quickly because she was like, oh, I'm in, I want to do this. But it's just sharing your truth and who you are and being just real about it. So but I think that also telling them, if you do decide to share, then I'm going to be there to support you every step of the way. So it won't even be scary if and when you're ready to share. So that's where people are jumping in, diving into that. And I became a manager in 6 days, and then now here a director in 3 weeks. Of course, I have a phenomenal support system, but I would just also kind of say, I think it's really important to value people for who they are and listen with the intent to understand, not necessarily with the intent to respond, but with the intent to understand what they're saying or what they're bringing up. And then just, everyone wants trust. Everyone wants a community. So if you want to have a community where you have that trust, it's like, well, then you have to be the person people can trust. You have to operate with integrity all the time and just, be the person that people want to be around, that they say, hey, if I was going to do anything, this company, I would want to go with you. And you're telling me you're a phenomenal support system. So game on, I want to be a part of that. And so that's kind of how it's growing already for me.
Yeah, I think one of the things that I noticed really is that sparkle. So you went out and you didn't let anything get in the way. You didn't let it get in the way that you didn't understand how David created this product. You didn't understand maybe how it worked. It really didn't matter. It just mattered that it worked. You shared your story, and more importantly, you shared your enthusiasm. So some in the industry might remember, the saying that ignorance on fire is better than knowledge on ice. And that's really a crystal clear example is Sheri. She did not worry about needing to know. She knew that I was there to support her, to answer her questions. She knew that she had the system. She used the app from the videos on the app. She used the other system. She used our Sunday night doc talk. She did everything just by using the system. And what it was that attracted people was her enthusiasm, her sparkle, and the trust that she had already in her circle of influence. So I think that is absolutely key to the success that she's had. What's going to carry her, and you're going to see her to the next levels of senior director, executive director, and beyond, is you're going to see that some of the work she's already done in leadership development and personal development, like Ann talked about, are now going to start to kick in and play in, because maybe she's never been in network marketing before, but you're bringing these skills with you in leadership development and personal development that are really going to help excel. So back to that point too, if you're bringing certain skills to this business, what you don't have in this business, any of you can go and get. Any of you can go and get coaching, can get training, can read books, can get on webinars, can get on podcasts. So Sheri, I'm super excited to have you on the leadership team. I've already brought her in as we've been kind of playing with our website. I'm like, I need eyeballs on this from you because I know you'll be able to do it. And I also know that you bring fresh eyes to it. So you're fresh eyes to our leadership community. And I know Robin and Gregory are going to love having you on our director mastermind calls.
Yeah.
So congratulations. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, thank you. And I can't wait to meet all of you in person one day.
Thank you. Connie, stay on for just a minute. I just want to congratulate you and Sheri and Ann. And I've got my mentor and best LifeWave friend ever here. Someone we all know.
Hello.
Mike Jacobson. He just wanted to say a couple of words of congratulations to you too.
Wow, it's so fun to see everybody loving on each other. That's really, really when you come down to at the end of the day, I'm getting a little older. I'm 71 now. And,
He's catching up. I'm 72.
and I think it's about love. I really think this business is about love. And the more that you feel love in your life, and the more that you can love people and make it demonstrative, by really jumping in and working with them and acknowledging, edifying, You're creating such a great team, Connie, and some of these new leaders that are arising, I mean, amazing. And I love the news stories, you know, like somebody who's just joined and has all that passion. And it's really about love. And the healing in the patches is about love. It's just crystallized love. And we're going to have water soon, which is crystallized love. And realizing that's more and more of, at the end of the day, what it's all about.
Absolutely. And thank you, Kai. Thank you. Thank you to you, Gregory, Lynette, Robin, Harris, everybody that's helped us. I mean, it's amazing. Thank you so much. I'm going to give the time over to the other SPD to introduce her new president.
Thank you, Connie.
Thank you, guys. Good
All right,
night.
see you. And so, you know, follow the leader. And these are 2 SPDs, now 3 SPDs. Okay. But, you know, Janet Kiefer is building a beautiful team. And, you know, I think we're all accused of being the love tribe because, you know, we are love in action. And that is the essence, in my belief and book, is the essence of servant leadership. And so, Janet, if you want to flip your camera on, we'll turn this next section over to you.
Well, thank you, Gregory and Kai. Great to see you. Glad you're here. Hello, everybody. Janet Kiefer here, and I agree with Connie. It is so exciting when you've worked with someone to really celebrate them getting to top ranks. And congratulations, Anne. We've been rooting for you for a long time. And Sheri, welcome to the tribe. As I love to say, it's the best cult you've ever been in. So I'm very excited tonight to introduce new presidential director, Barbara Larrabee. Barbara joined me in the summer of 21. And at that time, she was committed to another wellness company, but she took a chance on X39. I won't steal her thunder because she's going to share her story. But I really want to recognize her journey to success. And first of all, it took guts for Barbara to change companies. She was leaving behind a team. She had a product she trusted. She didn't know me and Lifewave. We were unknowns, but she had results with the patch. And then it took guts to start again, to build a new team, to earn manager, to earn director, get to senior director, have people fall out of director, move up to executive director, and this whole last year working so hard to get to presidential. And then lastly, it took guts for her to declare her dream and then manifest it, a new dream life, and at an age when most people won't even try to make these big of changes. So along the way, she's demonstrated just great leadership and community building. She's an inspiring and inclusive, nurturing leader, and she's always training, and she's always solving people's problems, and she's always sharing the LifeWave opportunity. And as a result, she really does command great trust and respect and loyalty from her team and from me. So congratulations, Barbara. So well deserved this new presidential rank. I know we'd all like to hear a bit of your story and your tips for how to build a strong business and a strong team. So congratulations.
Thank you so much, Janet. Oh my gosh, that was amazing. I'm very, very humbled, and I love that Kai and all of you were bringing up the word love, because I can't tell you how loved on I have felt the whole journey, really, but especially the last 10 days when all of a sudden it looked like some things could come together and we could pull this off. But to go back to my start, like Janet said, I was with another company, but what Janet didn't know, and this is a lesson for everybody, is don't prejudge people, because she kind of thought I was happy and everything was going okay, but she didn't know I was pretty frustrated because I'd been with the company for 4 years and I still was only making $600 a month. And I was trying to support myself, but I had actually had to live with a friend for 5 years because I couldn't support myself out in the world we have today of high apartment rents and that kind of thing. And so and also I had a health challenge. My kidneys were failing, and Janet didn't know that either, that I was looking for a solution. And you know, when when you think of somebody, again, don't prejudge, because they're going to tell you they're fine. And a lot of people don't want to share what's going on in their world, whether it's financial or health. And so always, always ask the question. And I will always be so grateful that Janet thought of me, picked up the phone and called me and said, have you ever heard of this patch? Because my kidneys are now in the normal function. So I just want people to know that there is great health, hope, no matter what your health challenge is. And not only am I able to survive on my own, but I have hope for bringing a retirement in someday. and 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 I was able to realize part of my dream, which I moved from Texas to Florida because I wanted to live in a beach city. And I'm the oldest one here on this panel. I'm 78 years old. And so I kind of really appreciate what Janet said about having the guts, because I will claim that I've gone forward with my dream and doing the daily activities it took to create a team. And I just have the most beautiful team. So everybody here has said it already. You don't get here without the leadership that we have with Live Younger team, with Robin and Gregory. And then Janet, oh my gosh, she's amazing. She sent out 2,600 emails on my behalf while we were looking at the numbers, trying to get the numbers to come together for the presidential rank. And so, and I felt the energy of the team, and I got so many texts, hey, I just ordered an Alavita to help you get there. And all of the, the love and the pats on the back, we could all feel that. It was such a wonderful community feeling. So anyway, one of my helpful hints is don't prejudge people. And another one is to get out of the way of your leaders, because I also had a lesson about 2 weeks ago. I mean, this has been just such a pivotal emotional time, because all of a sudden I realized, oh my gosh, I haven't done anything to help create a watch party in Dallas. And the last 2 years I was in Dallas and I spearheaded that. But I started texting my leaders in Dallas, and they'd already been doing it. They were calling places to look for a venue. They were collaborating. And so trust your team. Just know how amazing people are and the different skills that are going to start developing and coming out with them as they take their leadership roles. And they have just been absolutely fabulously. And we grew organically. Connie mentioned that. And our team did that too. We didn't have any big network marketers come in. Our team has all been person by person by person, belly to belly. And so there's just such a terrific sense of community and heart with my team. And then one other thing I would like to say speaks to the urgency. Don't feel shy about picking up the phone and talking to someone. What if Janet had never called me? I mean, I honestly don't know if I would be alive today. So how critical. She changed my whole world. She changed my world health-wise and financial-wise. And I can say the same for everybody on our team. We're creating that change that's good in the world and giving people hope. And we had kind of a lesson at the Dallas convention, because one of my team members was walking with me, and two of her customers from her business walked by, and they had enrolled with someone else. And she had talked to them already, but they ended up enrolling with someone else. So LifeWave is getting to be known, and you want to make sure that you do make that phone call. And my last thing is to learn your back office. because when my numbers started coming up because of Black Friday and all of our team activity, I had to look. I was minus one director. You have to have two directors. And so it was looking at all the pieces in the back office. Okay, who needs to be back in their director qualification? Or maybe we can make a new director. And so I was looking at all the different pieces, and Robin is just the queen at knowing how to use the back office and teaching us how to work those reports. And so that's what I did. I dug in and I found where are the holes. And we ended up needing to enroll some new people. We needed to have some new orders in particular positions. And so when you are building your team, learn those skills so that you can help everybody rise and meet their goals and support them in their success. And then that information is going to come in handy someday when you have a situation like this and you have to be a detective and find out who needs some help to get their position back or to attain a new position. So it is just so fun to work with everybody. And Janet has been amazing. Robin has been amazing. The love and support from my team. Oh my gosh, I'm still getting texts. And it's just such a blessing to be with this company and here with you all tonight.
Wow. Congratulations, Janet. We are so excited for Barbara. Congratulations, Janet, for making the phone call to Barbara. You
Yeah.
And I just want to thank Kai for making the phone call to Robin and I. Who would have, he didn't know that Robin was thinking about doing a stem cell injection. And he saved me $12,400 that day and changed our life. So congratulations, Barbara. We are so excited for you. And Janet, for all the work you do you just such a model leader, and leading by example. So congratulations to everyone. Final comments from the Grand Poobah himself?
I don't know why it's coming up in my head, but I just was thinking about David Schmidt.
Uh-huh.
And I've been in network marketing for 48 years, and I've been in a lot of companies. And it's so rare to have such a genuinely wonderful leader who's so brilliant and brings a plethora of incredible products continuously to us, and is generous and is brilliant and is articulate and is humble. And I think of the saying as above, so below. And I don't think it's any mistake that we're all finding success kind of a bit because we've really attached our wagon to a really good thing and a really good person who's genuinely good. And I just wanted to, thank David for creating this wonderful playground and sandbox for all of us to have this much love and success and abundance and financial wellness, as well as health wellness, and as community and family. So I just wanted to bring that into the call too, because we're very lucky and very fortunate.
Well, I couldn't have planned it better, because that was a perfect segue for the next thing that we wanted to talk about, is this incredible new video. If you haven't seen it, Michael Jaco, God bless you, thank you so much, did a kind of a short, spontaneous interview. I don't know if it's spontaneous. I think Michael's also always spontaneous. So is David. But these two together, it's 15 minutes. And if you want to show somebody the difference that LifeWave is over every other company out there, this is probably the hottest little 15-minute video we have going right now. Thank you, Liz, for creating a shareable link. Thank you, David and Michael, for making this available. And Liz Hodges for creating the shareable link that you can now share with everyone in your group. Everyone that gets this newsletter now has it. But, I think one of the roles of leadership, we're into caring and sharing business. And Robin and I always, and Kai, we're always trying to continue to share what's new, what's coming down the pipe. what is, the hottest new video. And there was one last week. If you haven't seen, we'll get that link put up somewhere, but where our global VP of marketing, Wayne, interviewed David Schmidt, and it was a fabulous interview on a podcast. But this one just kind of popped up, and it was recorded on Veterans Day. And I got to tell you, I sent it out to about 30 or 40 people on the airplane this morning, flying down here to Draper, Utah, where Kai and I and Robin and Lynette are. And that kind of leads to the next thing I wanted to share is last call. I'm going to skip over this to last call. We still have room, on our 3 meetings on Tuesday, tomorrow, Wednesday, the 11th and the 12th. So, somebody may just, jump in their car and drive here on short notice. I do request that you register them so we can keep track of who's coming. But we have 10 slots. I think Wednesday is just about full, but I know we still have some slots on Tuesday, tomorrow, and Thursday. So I'm just putting that in front of all of you. Kai and I are going to be here along with Robin, Lynette, and many other, Harris Williams, a number of other key leaders are going to be here, kind of hosting and helping to share the vision of LifeWave, and people take their first look at the amazing Welcome Center. So very excited to have you here. Kai flew all the way in from Puerto Rico, not Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, wrong Rico. And so very, very excited to have him here in Draper with us.
I have something I want to share. This is pretty bizarre. I forget who was saying that. I think it was the last person who spoke.
That was Barbara Larrabee,
Barbara,
new presidential director.
About making sure that you start talking to people, because I love testimonies that are fresh, that aren't just like, oh, I've been telling that story for 5 years. Like, when is that going to, those work too, by the way. But I was in the bank. I went down to do a transfer of some money from my business account to my personal account, which I have to do at the end of the year for the Act 60 that happens down in Puerto Rico, because you kind of have to empty your business out because it's a dividend, and it's a great way to, when you start making some good money, think about Puerto Rico, because it's a flat 4% tax, federal and state. Anyway, I was at the bank. I've been there many times, the bank. It's just a regular bank, Bank Popular. And because I was transferring quite a bit of money, the bank head manager came out, and she was a kind of an elderly woman, and she was very injured. She could barely walk well. And she hobbled up there and she looked at it and she goes, "Oh, so you're in LifeWave." And this is in Puerto Rico, where almost no one even speaks English, but she spoke English. She goes, "I've been using the product for 3 years and I love it." And the guy who was next to me, in the stall next to me, who was doing banking, he turns around and says, "I just started 3 weeks ago." And I've never had this happen. I mean, I've been in the company for 20 years, but we're hitting a tipping point. And so if it's happening in Puerto Rico, that these 2 banking people just randomly really excited about LifeWave, you better know the word's getting out. And don't let go, don't miss your people. As Barbara said so beautifully, make sure you don't want them to end up at the event, your best friend who's just signed up with somebody else. So I want to really say that I had that direct personal experience.
Well, thank you, Kai. A couple other things I want to say just before we close out. We had a fabulous webinar with Genevieve Joshua, aka JJ. And if you click here, you can hear the replay from last Thursday, and you can also download a PDF of her presentation, an 11-page handout she prepared specifically for us on the whole concept of conscious completion, the power of letting go, and laying the foundation to make 2025 the best year yet. And I know that's what we all want in our hearts for everyone that we're working with, our family and loved ones and all of our teams. So this is a great little interview, and JJ teaches a little 5-minute exercise you can do that help let go of the past and move on forward into the future. So that's right there in the newsletter, today's newsletter. I hope everyone's got their Vision 2025 tickets. And I just want to say that back on the RSVP Live Younger LifeWave welcome tours that Kai and I and a few others, Robin, are hosting, We'll be doing another one in January. So if you missed this one, and this doesn't preclude, if you have somebody that wants to come, you just have to register them through your upline SPD. And, they're holding court, so to say, or they're giving people tours Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday every week from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. And a tour takes about 30 to 45 minutes. So if you can't wait for our next event in January and you can't get to this one in December, just know that, there's another opportunity, but they do request 2-week pre-registration. So what we did is we blocked out time on each of these 3 days. So people are registering with us. So if you're interested, get with your upline director, because we created a secret registration landing page for them to register you. So, Kai and I and Robin are not overwhelmed with calls from people who want to register their guests. So I think with that, we're going to bring this call to a wrap. It's good to have you here. Robin, did you want to say something? Oh, tomorrow night, tomorrow night, we know we have our Tuesday showcase, Power of the Patch showcase, and we have Dr. Tom being interviewed by Sunshower Rose is going to be interviewing Dr. Tom, a dynamic combination, and I'll be doing our standard presentation. So we love and appreciate you all. Congratulations to all the new achievers. Maybe you just achieved signing up, and congratulations to you or manager. This is a loving, sharing, and growing community, and we love growing together with you. So that being said, we're going to bring this call to a close, and thank you for being part of this great team. We love you all. Good night.